Happy Monday. Just to let you both know, my job is going well. I'm enjoying the new workplace and I'm getting a lot of days working from home too. So his previous email, he'd just started a new role and he was feeling slightly overwhelmed and that he was underskilled.
Oh, right,
and we told him just to like crack on and you pick it up. So glad you stuck to it and everything's working out a lot better. You knew you could do it. Problem is working from home brings a task of issues. It means the kids are thinking it's playtime 24 hours a day. Do you guys have any suggestions for making a workplace in a small house with no office so I can keep the kids out?
Depending on your garden size, you could try and do like a summer house or an outhouse. You could buy like an old cheap summer house off like Facebook, and you could deck it out yourself with like plasterboard and stuff. That's quite cheap to come across there. It wouldn't cost you an absolute bank to get, because if you was to try and get something brick done, it cost you a lot of money.
See, I was trying to think more of like including them in a work day.
It depends what your job is, isn't it? If you're on a meeting, Teams meeting or whatever, you can't have them in the room, really, innit?
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, because my idea was sort of like making a work day for them as well. Because if I don't, well, obviously we don't know how old they are, but you could sort of like structure your day with them in mind. So you could, when they get up, it's breakfast or whatever, and then you're like, right, a few hours, like you could get them colouring books or like tasks, things to do while you're working, so they feel included and they're still in the same room.
Possibly could work.
And then you're like, right, it's break time. You have break time together. Back to work, lunchtime, and then it's end of the day. And that way, because that's what they want, right? They want your attention, so they want to feel included. Obviously, we don't have kids. I'm just spitballing.
Yeah.
But that's how I would deal with it. I'd be like, right, if they want to be included,
you kind of like create a structure out of the day that makes them feel like they are.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good idea.
You know what I mean? Because I think to myself, like, that I was thinking the same way as you were, like, actually finding a way to have an office. But then I think to myself, they're still there. They're still going to want to come in.
Yeah.
Wherever you're going to be, in there.
Yeah, it's like if you're having to be looking after them as well, if your partner's not there, then you can't just go and sit in the shed, can you? Or sit in the summer house, because they could be absolutely battering each other in the fucking living room.
And if you stick them in front of a TV or a computer game, they just get bored.
Yeah, and you'll go in and they're watching fucking Babe Station.
I would definitely be watching. Well, no, Babe Station's a bit shit. Is that even still going? Is that still going?
I don't know. It must be, surely. I bet there's still some men ringing them up. I don't know if that's just a British
have to say, I never did that.
I bet you did. I bet you did.
I could do that. I only started paying for stuff when OnlyFans come out, and I don't do that anymore either. Babe Station is still going. It's just like a cam thing now. Yeah,
basically, it's a cam thing, but it used to be on our like satellite TV. And when you were like a kid, you'd go to like pay like number like 500 and something. When your mum was downstairs, and you just sit there watching, and this woman would just be like twerking on the screen with her phone in her hand.
Yeah, you'd see nothing, but you're just like hoping. There's that. That was the bit that would get me over the edge, because I'm like, is she going to take it off? Is she going to take it off? Yeah. And then just be like, oh.
And it was always on mute, innit? It was like just some weird music going on because she was talking to some John on the fucking phone.
Well, I'm sure. I remember it being like at the end of like Bravo or something. There was a channel called Bravo, and when that channel ended, Babe Station started.
I thought it was Men in Motors.
Or maybe it was Men in Motors. But I remember it being a channel that ended and then that took over.
I was like a little weird kid back then. I remember my house, we did something like weirdly illegal, where I had a TV upstairs, and we had NTL at the time, but it's now Virgin, downstairs. If I changed it to channel 7 on my TV upstairs, it would copy the same channel that was downstairs. So when my parents were in bed, I ran down and turned it to Men and Motors, and then ran back up, and then like we just spent all night watching softcore fucking porn for the whole night. And I'd be up till like 4 a.m, and Mum would be like, "Why is he so fucking tired?" And then eventually I got caught. I don't know how they managed. They must have clicked it over to see what I was doing. And I got caught, and I got told off for it. And I was just thinking, why was I such a little fucking creep? I didn't even know what to do with myself either. I was just watching it.
Oh, mate, I knew definitely what I was doing. When I said before, we had the NTL black box.
Oh, yeah.
That Jeff used to work at the same place your dad does.
Yeah.
And there was a guy there selling them. So he bought one, and the box. So the black box it basically gave you all the channels.
Yeah, it was basically like the pirate thing.
Yeah, it would unlock all the channels, so you didn't have to pay all the extra things. But for some reason, the porn fucking things still didn't work. But you could sit there and it would come in and out. So I would just sit there watching fucking Static for ages, and then it'd be like, and then like some boobs would come on. I'd be like, what? And it would go back out again. Like, fuck's sake, sitting there at fucking. Oh man, these are things that my kids and your kids and that will never understand.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that was some of the best times of like masturbation. Now it's so easily readily. I just like it's so boring. I have to look at some fucked up shit.
Did I ever tell you about the time that I destroyed Kieran, my brother's laptop?
Yeah, threw it into the wardrobe.
Yeah.
I think you told that story a couple of times on the podcast.
Have I?
Yeah, I think you told it once, and then I brought it up again.
I stole a porn DVD that I found in the house. I stole it, and I was hiding it in my Walkman. And Kieran, being like an 8-year-old brother who grasses everything up that you do to your fucking mum and dad, he was rummaging through my room and found it. And he went downstairs and goes, Mum, look what Jamie's got in his thing. And then there was like a whole talk where they've discovered that I've watched porn for the first time and all this stuff. It was fucking so embarrassing.
Brilliant. Porn DVDs. I remember it makes you laugh because it was so hard to get porn back then. Like, people don't understand how hard it was. So like on Sci-Fi they used to do like hentai.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So it'd be like an anime movie, but it'd be like a woman getting fucking destroyed by like everything and her clothes ripped off. Mate, the old tape player, the old VHS was in there recording that shit. He used to swap it with like my mate that I used to know. He used to like record it sometimes, and I would, and we would like swap tapes.
Fucking hell.
We've just gone on a fucking rant. There's nothing to do with kids. Don't let your kids watch porn. Yeah, so that was the only thing I could really come up with, like, because I think I was watching that show
from that fucking question.
I don't know. How do we get to anything on this show, Jamie? I don't.
I just can't believe what happened there.
Yeah, I was watching. It was a show ages ago about kids that are just fucking horrible. Like, they beat their parents up and.
Oh yeah. Kind of like the nanny, super nanny.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. And there was this kid, and he was an absolute dickhead. But they found out that when the kid was good, sat down and he like coloured in or did stuff like that, the dad would go out for a cigarette. And then he wouldn't come back in from his cigarette until the kid did something bad. So he had in his head that if he fucked around, he would get his dad's attention.
Yeah.
So all he had to do was, when he was being good, actually show him attention, and it like just like that, like a light switch, it was gone. So that's what I had in my head with this one. I was like,
that is true, because as soon as my mum, when we were young, decided that she was going to call my nan, we'd always know it would be like an hour-long phone call. And I have vivid memories of mum's, because obviously back then we had landlines. Sorry for the kids, just to let you know, there was landlines. You were attached to a wall. I remember my mum we had a rocking chair in the corner, and she'd be picking up pillows and battering us with them, because we're absolutely knocking 7 bells out of each other, because mum's decided to go on the phone for half an hour.
Yeah, I was the same. Mum used to talk to her sister.
Yeah.
So that's what I had in my head. It was like, they want to be included, and they also want like to be around you. So I was like, what's the balance of that?
Yeah.
Sort of like giving them tasks and things like that. Obviously, it's not more work in your case, but if you're only doing it a couple of days a week,
I think it's a good idea, and it's not going to be forever. They're going to be going to school soon.
Yeah, yeah. So I think, but then like there's that Jamie's option is quite good as well. If you do need that quiet space, yeah, I mean you can always get something to put in the garden or put a lock on the fucking bedroom door. But then they want to. That's the thing, right? Wherever you go, the kid's going to find you. You can't even sit on the toilet nowadays without the kids want to know where you are.
I actually know during lockdown, one of the guys that I know quite well, he's got 3 kids. He sat in the car to avoid his children.
There you go. There's another one. If you've got a meeting, go sit in your car. But obviously, hopefully that helped. So we don't have kids, but hopefully you get something sorted. And let us know how it goes.